Ollie, well done. Was that a well-deserved victory?
Yeah, I think so. I think we dominated the majority of the game. Had a couple of scares at our end, but like I said, we created good chances. Probably should have had a couple more in the grand scheme of things, but it was enjoyable in the end.
Yeah, they got the first goal, but even still, you didn't really feel like you'd never be shoved aside from this one.
No, I think the way that we prepared for the game and the way that we were set up, we were going to press, we were going to try and run all over them, and I think effectively that's how we got our goals, and it done us well. And we looked at their strengths and weaknesses, and obviously we pinpointed how to control the game, and I think we've done that for a vast majority of the game.
Did you overrun the midfield today?
I think we did, yeah. I think with Maris sitting and me and Sturkey just bombing on, getting in behind, pressing their sitting midfielders, it gave us a chance to get up the pitch, gave the defence a chance to close the gaps, and I don't think they really got in at all. Obviously the penalty was one, and I think that was a lucky ricochet through to the striker, but it's one of those things that we dealt with, the setback, and come back and look strong.
Yeah, and you got the equalising goal. It was well placed.
Yeah, it was one. I've actually done a couple in training this week. Brought it onto my left foot and then sort of shot back across goal. And as soon as I hit it, I seen it going towards the bottom corner, and I was just hoping the goalie wasn't going to get down in time. And it was always nice to see the net ripple.
And the second from you to cap off Stag's third showed real composure for that one, Ollie.
Yeah, it was just a good bit of pressing on our behalf, and I managed to nick it off of him 10 and 15 yards outside the penalty box. Managed to drive into the penalty box and just slide it under the goalie, which is a nice feeling.
And what about the other chance they had? You perhaps should have had a hat-trick by your standards today. Just couldn't get that one out your laces, could you, when Sturkey put it to you?
When he rolled it into me, I think I was just expecting it to be a bit more in front of me, and it was a bit like square, so I had to try and shape my body to put it in the far stick, but my left's just for standing on, so we'll let that one go.
What about this then, Ollie? It caps a fifth successive victory for Mansfield. What is there to be said about this sequence of results?
It proves that we're improving. We're getting fitter and stronger. We're building something now. You can see that we're getting a bit of consistency in our play, and with our players in the team. Obviously, we had a nightmare 10 or 15 games where we were probably playing a different player or a couple of players at the back or up front, and it's hard to build relationships with players, especially when you've signed 3 or 4 different players up front in defence, so it's nice to have a bit of continuity now and obviously build from there. Yeah,
and the Stags have named a pretty consistent defence, as you mentioned, in the last 3 games. That's got to help.
Yeah, it does massively. Obviously, Faz has come out, he's had his baby, and John Joe's come in and scored a couple of goals, taking his chance really well. And I think that's one thing that we've probably needed is a little bit more competition at the back. And like you say, it's solid now. We're looking pretty sound back there, and doesn't look like we need to change things at the moment.
But where does this performance rank in recent outings?
It's probably up there. I'd say the Sunderland game we were really organised, really defended well, but I'd say today we got the ball down, we tried playing at times, and we were getting good crosses in the box. H had a couple blocked on the near post. Obviously Bowes scored the rebound for one of them, and like I say, it's confidence is building, and we're looking to try and move ourselves up the league.
Big day for you personally, hitting the double. When was the last time you scored 2 in a game?
Blackpool away about 4 or 5 years ago, so it's nice to see it happen, and yeah, like you say, I should have had a hat-trick, but I'll take 2 and keep moving forwards.
Big week for Mansfield this, isn't it? 2 long trips, Sutton on Tuesday followed by Crawley on Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough week on the road, but we'll prepare right, we'll get ourselves rested up, and we'll get on the bus and travel down Monday. Bit of training, and that will see us in good stead for the game Tuesday. Then we'll get ourselves back up the road and head back down again on Friday. So it is what it is. You always have one of these weeks in football where it's like the death week, and you've got a lot of travelling to do. But like I say, we've got a nice bit of rest afterwards, so we can take it easy after the Crawley game for a week and get ourselves rested up.
Shame you can't celebrate tonight.
I know, yeah, big shame, but like I say, it's nice to get 3 points and keep moving forwards, and especially here in front of the Stags fans is always a good feeling.
Got to be a really good mood in the camp now.
Yeah, everyone's positive, everyone's really happy in there. The tunes are flying, and that's what you want to see. It's nice to come in after a game and get that feeling going. So it's nice to have a bit of buzz around the place again.
In a funny sort of way, are you looking forward to games now? Not saying that you weren't previously, but does it give you a bit of an extra step when you're driving in the car park?
I think so. When you're winning, you're going into games thinking we're going to win this one. We're going to win this one. Like when I came in today, I had no doubt in my mind that we were going to put on a strong performance. The way that the boys have trained all week, and just the way that we've been playing recently, we've played well and we've defended well, and I think that gives us a good. Solid foundation to build from, and like you say, today we came in, everyone had a little spring in their step, and we performed well despite having a little setback.
It was a really well deserved 3 points today, Ollie. Well done on the 2 goals as well.
Cheers, thanks a lot, Steve.